this program.
It is now that part of the program when we shall...
What's inside the box?
All right, folks, we're going to do this. We're going to unbox something. I'm not doing this one live. I'm just kind of playing around with this whole channel thing. Something finally came in that I've been waiting for. I suspected that this would be one of my top figures of 2022 had it actually arrived on time. But for a number of reasons, I got it a little late. So it is now 2023. And let's take a look at what came in. That's a big hint right there from D20 Studios that gave me one of my favorite figures from last year. This amazing wolf. This is a fellow critter. So let's go ahead and unbox. Okay, so to get it out of this shipping box. Oh, would you look at that? I know there's a glare, but that is a gorgeous portrait of this amazing animal, this boar that I've been waiting on. If you've been watching the last couple of videos and sort of my streams on other people's channels, I'm kind of a big advocate for animal figures. I don't know why, whether they're fully animals or half human or anthropomorphized somehow. Just I'm into it. I would never, like, I knew I loved this stuff and I knew I loved animals, but never like realized I had such a strong affinity for it. Oh, look at that. So right off the bat, I'll say that the box on this is not nearly as elaborate as the wolf. I think they probably realized they maybe didn't need to do all that. The wolf had like this amazing sort of magnet sealing box. Yeah, I mean, it maybe was a little overkill, but it definitely gave it this sort of real premium vibe. To give you a sense of scale. Aw, yeah. I strongly suspect I'm gonna love this thing. Look at this photography. Oh, so good. I actually ended up getting this brown version. There's all the info. D20 Studio. Look at that thing. It's officially called the Bonestabber. Oh my God. Would you take a look at what we've got going on here? Woo. I'm just taking a moment to take it all in because this really just resonates with me for some reason. We got a window box. Once you kind of pull out this panel, I actually do tend to keep boxes just in case, you know. I know it can add a little value, but for me it's not just the value, it's also if I'm shipping something to give this a second home. That way I have the best, you know, I mean, it's how the factory shipped it, and I know that it's secure in transit since it was secure on the way here. Oh my God, take a look at this thing. Oh, what was that? Oh, it looks like there's some shadowing of the plastic. See that? I don't know if you can see. Just the this plastic shipping plastic, whatever you call this, clamshell stuff. There you can kind of see it looks like it's shattered in transit or in packing. Not the biggest deal, but again, still, if I were to reship it in this packaging, I know it's gonna go. It's gonna ship well. All right, let me kind of take all these different pieces out. Gorgeous. Tusks. I really have been waiting for this thing for a while. Cool little main piece. It's removable. Would you take a look at that? Man, the detail on this. Wow. Just look at that sculpt. Look at that face. Is gnarly. Grr. Man, this thing. Look at that. Just that detail. The nose ridge. Fantastic. The nose itself. Man. Wow. I'm totally just lost in this thing. Wow. This thing is fantastic. So let me go and do a quick pose. Oh yeah, this thing does not have the same issues as the wolf did. These joints are real loose. Not loose pejoratively, meaning they're not really tight, I guess is what I'm saying. Because the wolf, when that came out, that thing was tight and you had to heat it up real good. This thing's moving kind of on its own. It's, and again, I probably should have heated it. Just looking at this saddle. Wow, the bone work on this. That's a lot of amazing detail. This stuff, as I mentioned with my wolf review, is a little bit intense for me. It's not my liking. It's a little bit like, yeah, I need to prove to you how tough I am. Kind of muy macho look at the skulls. But hey, the Necronominous Wave is on pre-order currently as I'm filming this. So maybe skulls are going to work. Man, I'll tell you right now, I'm already starting to think, man, can I get a black one? I just love this thing so much. And it's a lot smaller than its wolf counterpart. I'm going to take just a quick shot of what it looks like fully armored up. So you can see, ooh, real chain. They even kind of have this detailing on this chain with some reddish kind of overspray. See, it's kind of linked into the mold of the skull. Boom, that is awesome. See, look at this. Okay, so back to the skull sculpt stuff. I mean, it's a little bit much for me. Look at the body horror. This is like the flayed skin of a much larger being than this one, but that's the idea. Yeah. But I get it. You're like, I need to see all that. Then whatever, let it be. So you'll see the connections here. Tail's already in there. This you'll see that peg just snaps right in. I'm just, whew. Happy brick something. Okay, what are we missing? Tusks. Again, so intense. If you didn't get it, this is an intense steed. Hence the Bonestabber, right? So it's a Bonestabber because it's got these giant tusks on here. These are ball joints. Oh yeah, right in. So this figure is definitely small, but since I have him handy, there. Now who's doing the muy macho death and gore thing? For this guy, right? But you get the idea. That's what we're dealing with. So Monkeyin's a big dude, maybe a little too big for this. Let's get rid of these options here. Let's get this guy. I don't know what this is at this point. I mean, he's an orc. I guess he's a fury orc, but he's got a smaller body. I've got him on a dwarf body. It's my Mythic Legions Fury Orc head on a dwarf body. I mean, come on, take a look at that. I mean, that's just epic. I love this. I love this so much. I don't think I actually even shot a video. Did I shoot a video of these soft goods? Because I think I did and probably just haven't edited it. I'll get that up on the channel at some point. Consider this a preview. Look at that with that chain and everything. Gorgeous. Let's shift things around a little. Here, hang out here for a second, my little dude. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. And now I take those things off. I'm pretty sure it just pops off the top here, and I can kind of see what's going on with this figure a little bit better. Let's see. Okay, cool. It's a little tab right here. I can kind of unhook. Okay, got it. So here's this kind of connecting piece. And then I suspect it'll peel off, but I'm pretty sure there's a peg system going into his back. Yep. So you can see there's that peg with a kind of like 5 notches, and there you go. Oh, okay, cool. There's the peg system. So there's all that. If you want to see what that looked like, little peg in there, peg in here. Again, this is cool stuff. I just wish that they kind of eased up a little bit on the stylized. Like, to me, it just feels overly designed. It's clear that they know what they're doing, and that they can do some real cool things. I guess their definition of cool and my definition of cool is just a little bit off sync. I think this stuff is cool. It's just not. It's just much. I don't know. I guess I'm a less is more kind of guy. Oh yeah, and these come off too. Let's see. Let me see how hard it is. Now let's get them naked. I see. So you can see there's a little. I don't feel the need to keep these things on. I'm probably gonna be displaying it. Sans armor. This is easy to do. I'm just being a little awkward because I'm on camera, but I don't want to give you the impression that this was really hard. It wasn't hard. Yeah, this stuff is cool. I mean, I don't know. I might use it for something else. These feel like they could be pretty cool as sort of like one of these AEW wrestler dudes that I picked up that I was like, oh, you know, he's got a good basic sculpt that I think could work as a wizardly kind of guy. I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, oh, that'd be kind of cool to just maybe put on him, right? Guess, you know, could be armor for some dude. But I don't think. I love the sculpt of this. This is why I took it off. This is why I also took it off of the wolf. Because the sculpt underneath of just the boar itself is so gorgeous. Like, why hide it? It's just distracting with all this other sort of like stuff. Just unnecessary. Enough of that business. So then there's this piece, right? The mane that just sort of slots right in. That. Oh wow, soft rubbery plastic. Yeah, I don't know, I actually kind of like the back ones. I'm cool with that. I could take those off too, because the thing is pretty damn gorgeous. And so yes. This thing is pretty damn posable too, much more easy to pose than his wolf counterpart. Let's see what we've got in terms of movement. You can move the face up, down a little bit, up, down, not a whole lot. You can see limited range of movement. You can see it kind of interacting with the mane right here. I like that. The mouth, is it articulated? The mouth is. Oh my god. That reminds me of something from Time Bandits. Is it Time Bandits? Or is it Swamp Thing? Or both? I don't know, look at that mouth. Oh. Oh my god. This thing just screams premium. And yeah, it wasn't cheap. I got it from 5K Toys, and they've been great to deal with, and they're really fast. I mean, there's always a pre-order part, but once that pre-order is available, they ship these things out super fast. Look at this. Articulated there, at the sort of knee. Is it a ball? No, it's just a hinge. It doesn't twist, or maybe it does, but mine is tight. I don't know. A little bit of movement here. Not a whole lot. And then there's this ankle kind of covering part, and then the actual hoof is on a, what is that? Yeah, it's a ball. You can see the ball back there. Same thing here, you can kind of see it better, probably better from this angle, right? You can straighten it out a little more, tippy toe, do a little bit of that. I mean, it is a boar, right? Yeah, this doesn't move too much here. I don't know what the point is of that joint, other than maybe just ease of construction. I don't know. The back, the hind legs do have this sort of, like you can see here from the rear. It's got a little bit of that. It reminds me of the horses and centaurs from Mythic Legions. Here, let's just get up in here. Okay, yeah, I think I prefer it au natural. You can see these ratcheted joints back here, and they feel really good. So much so that weight is gonna be an issue because you got these teeny tiny hooves in the bottom. Those ratchets are keeping this guy aloft. That's pretty impressive. And then there's a joint sort of at the mid body here, where you can kind of twist, a little bit of a rotation on a ball. I just again want to show some of the deco on this. You can kind of see this light shading, but over here you can really see that paint job with this sort of dark striations here. If I could somehow get a second one of this thing in black for a really good deal, I totally would. Other than that, I'll just have to see if I can somehow make a little extra money to get it, because I'm really in love with this. And I'll tell you right now, this should have been in my top 10 for 2022, but since I didn't get it till 2023, maybe that's my way around it. It'll be one of the best in 2023. I am just fully into this thing. Sculpt, the articulation is exactly what I feel like I need. I don't need a ton. I mean, it's a boar. This thing, whew. Let's do some comparison real quick. Here's the D20 wolf. You can see that this sort of dire wolf is bigger. So this is a Mythic Legions dwarf body. Next to that, how about other creatures? Hammond T-Rex, Jurassic World. Let's see what else. Let's see what I don't have Battle Cat accessible. Here's some Marvel Legends. My very limited Marvel Legends shelf. Just some size comparison again. You can kind of see, I mean, it's a boar, right? It's an oversized boar. It's a fantasy boar. Miyazaki boar, right? From Spirited Away. While we're here, how about Namor? Give you a sense of scale. Looking good. Here's some Zezre. Combatants fight for glory. Gonna put these in the gladiator ring and have them kind of go up against one another. Tyrus Flare. Some Storm Collectibles action. Got a ogre scale for comparison. How about some Motu? Masterverse. Another Mythic Legions 1.0. And for Ish and Giggles, here is, based on Buzz Lightyear from the Lightyear movie, spacesuit with a Mythic Legions skull. Which I totally bit off of, I think, David Williams and somebody else who's kind of gonna become a mainstay around here. You'll see him in some of my upcoming videos. All right, let's go ahead and close it off with my final thoughts. This is dope. Like, no way around it. This like furry homie is just so cool. Like, I can't even get past it. It just looks so fantastic. From the sculpt, the articulation's more than what I need. Yeah, I mean, just take a look at the craft up in here. That face. So yeah, you can't go wrong with this boar. It is fantastic. And if a boar for whatever reason works in your collection, this is the boar you're looking for. I know some folks who are like feel really strongly about that Hammond collection T-Rex as an example. I think this is right up there with it. I think that like this is to boars as the Hammond T-Rex is to dinosaurs. No complaints about this thing whatsoever. It lives up to what was happening with that wolf, and I would say like goes even beyond it. This has a lot less of the sort of cartoony vibe as I know some people had issues with that wolf character, but this seems to be going for a little bit more on the photorealistic side, but still stylized, still fantastic, still dramatic, still sort of action oriented, and I think it fits perfectly on a shelf if you're trying to do, you know, the high fantasy thing, or if you're doing a weird, you know, science fantasy thing like I'm doing. You could probably even get away with trying to get him as like, I don't know, maybe something Dr. Mindbender's messing around with as an experiment. This thing is amazing. Ultimately decide for yourself, but if you want to know what I think, this is the I'm gonna go play with my newfound animal friend over here. He's got some adventuring to do. Once again, thank you for hanging out with me and checking out the videos here on Brick Something. Please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. If you're looking for even more of a toy fix right now, see the link to the left to check out a fellow member of the Legion of Lesser Toy Tubers. Gracias por ver este video. Salamat sa inyong lahat. And as always, peace and power.